Welcome back to my Let's Play of Quantum Conundrum.
In case you're wondering about the pneumatic transportation tubes around the manor, they are filled with the same science juice that is in all the IDS batteries. I was able to extract the base material for the science juice from a undisclosed biological source.
I am being interrupted by John Delancey, and let's kick things off. I actually had to record half of this yellow wing because, as it turns out, you shouldn't unplug USB devices.
If only you could see the look on your face right now.
Even accidentally, while said USB device
I
is
hope
the only...
that you've been able to glean that the time in this next dimension is protracted, causing everything to move in slow motion.
Is the only thing connecting your computer to your console that is currently recording. I had thought I had I thought I had hit stop record and I didn't.
Like a pan-dimensional bunny rabbit, hopping across a landscape of quantum fields.
And it corrupted the file, as you might imagine. So I had to go back in. So this entire part, and I think a little bit of the next part probably, I'm just blowing through it because I already know what I have to do.
I'm not entirely sure what Desmond is in this area.
But we are introduced to the slow-mo dimension. Apparently, being slow has its own dimension.
Sometimes the act of slowing things down can reveal the correct path.
A lot of it is... The slowdown dimension is so you can basically just use things that are floating as platforms. And so, yep. And then so we put it to the heavy dimension here, we change it Desmond, you just jump across like I show you, and don't die like I did, so you don't have to cut it out if you're recording. But then you just use the solid as platforms. The solid heavy dimension stuff as platforms. Now this is coming up really weird. If you notice, the box is not on the pad, see? But yet it's still powered? I don't understand it. And I didn't realize what I saw, and so I tried to go back and the door shut, and I was just like,
The first
whatever.
building raised on quadrangle land wasn't much to look at. But I can assure you, the pipe work was something impressive. Far ahead of its time.
Yeah, sometimes he's talking and he adds something at the end. I don't know if he's going to continue or not, so I go back to kind of see, and he usually doesn't. So
Over the years, the quadrangles expanded their living quarters. Though I should add that at this point, no one in the family had been exposed to any significant quantities of radiation.
Alright, moving right along. I like the... When you look at certain pictures, you tell a story, even within the levels.
Have I mentioned that the manor requires a lot of ventilation?
Ticket to Ride is a...
Careful, the blades are rather sharp. Well, it's probably not the best location for you, but sadly it's rather unavoidable.
Alright. So this entire part is a platforming section, basically, where you just have to get in the... Wait for the slow dimension to happen, and then...
I would move if I were you.
Using it as a platform. There's a random noise generator that's usually there, and... Nope, this is not what happens.
Now.
Never mind. I might have cut it out. There's a funny death that happens, and I don't know if I cut it out or not. But this part, when I first going through it, for whatever reason, this part gave me trouble. Doo-doo. And again, maybe it's just because by the time I've beaten the game, I've just gotten better at jumping on safes and stuff. And oh yeah, here it is. And nope. But it just felt really difficult for me because I remember being like, why won't you do this? Alright. And anything now. There we go. I wasn't sure if it was going to go to slow motion, so I was like, I should jump off early, and thankfully I made it.
You should be able to fit through. Don't forget to breathe. It's an important aspect of life.
Alright. And moving right along.
The same dimensional stability. In other words, your properties do not change upon shift. I've been able to ground several of my inventions in our normal baseline dimension as well. That's why quadrangle technology doesn't shift.
Which is interesting because even though the dollies, I think that's what he's referring to, but the dollies still go in slow motion. Like they still open their mouth in slow motion and stuff. So, I don't know. Just interesting. Alright. So this gave me a little bit of problems too when I first went through it. So, yeah. Basically what happens is you have the cardboard box and you start out with heavy and slow motion. So put the cardboard box down, put it in heavy, turns off the thing, go into slow motion, pick it up, and then go back into place it on the thing here and go into heavy to get the fluffy dimension. You take out the slow motion batteries to put in the fluffy slow motion.
Basic orthogonal traversing bot. I invented them a long time ago to perform simple tasks. Their artificial intelligence is extremely simple, but it helps to keep the house in order.
And then what you need to do is you need to, if you're not stupid, you need to pick up one of these safes, and you need to throw 2 of them through this laser grid by going into heavy dimension so they don't get destroyed. I, for whatever reason, was like, yeah, sure, I can do this, whatever. And I think I used the cardboard box for one of it, yeah. But you need 3 things total. You need 2 heavy things to push down the 2 pressure plates that open the door, and you need 1 heavy safe. And it has to be a safe because the
well, you did that. I guess you could be proud if you wanted.
Because the cardboard box is too short to deactivate the laser at the bottom, so you can't walk through it. So just basically like this. So you know, I pick this up and I place it, and I go and get the safe, which I can't see immediately because it's blending in against the white. But I pick it up and I move on. Well, not before getting a little bit of lore.
One of my first experiments was attempting to turn normal little trees into happy little trees. Everything was fine until the entire forest was eaten by happy little termites.
I wonder if there are any happy...
Guitars. They always make music so much better. But I digress. When I was your age, I used to have to construct my own computers if I wanted them smaller than a refrigerator. You kids are entirely too spoiled.
I guess it's too late for happy tree friends.
Ike's become a rather interesting lab assistant,
Joke.
Though his indiscriminate appetite is a bit of a hindrance.
Okay, so for this puzzle, on the other side of those lasers, there's a safe you need to get to, and is the battery holder.
I was bored all day and decided to play a game of catch with myself, utilizing the slow motion dimension.
So basically what you do is you just disrupt the laser there, at the base preferably, so you can get through it, go into slow motion, throw the battery in there. Once the battery's in there, you basically just get the couch, pick up the couch, throw it, go back into slow-mo, disrupt the laser again, watch the couch go through. And then I'm just showing you, did I do it? Yeah, here I'm just showing you what happens. It just gets destroyed immediately, so. Like I said, we're going through a lot of puzzles.
And here you see stately quadrangle manor as it stands now. As you can see, I've made some modifications over the years to accommodate my many experiments. You may have noticed a series of pipes keeping the radioactive fluids running through the manor from flooding the living quarters.
It'd be a shame if something would happen to them. But yeah, I'm just trying to power through this section because I was like, I don't want to do this again.
I believe that's safe number 21,157.
Never mind, it's not this one. I think it's the next one. But so essentially what you need to do here is I don't remember this puzzle specifically, but I kind of figured it out.
Than your thick skull.
So what you need to do is you need to pick up a safe and throw it through the lasers. But because you don't have a heavy dimension, you need to turn off the lasers individually. And because when you deactivate it, you need the cardboard box to lift it up to continuously deactivate it. So when you speed it up so that the safe ghost doesn't just continuously doesn't get evaporated unless you just keep bouncing up and down, and even then it probably won't work. So you need to keep it over your head for both these laser gates, just so you can... There we go. Oh. Get it to the giant pressure pad.
Do.
We don't need no cardboard box.
I'm looking at a gigantic stack of cell phones.
No, I thought I was going to talk more.
It is abhorrent what you young folks text to one another. Is English truly that difficult?
I like how he goes into his little rants every once in a while. I guess they're not rants if they're like one line of dialogue. Oh, yep. This is a puzzle.
Those bots are programmed not to let any non-organic foreign objects pass.
This is definitely a puzzle. I guess it's not a puzzle because it's kind of obvious what you need to do. Essentially, on the other side of that, this pain in the ass is the heavy dimension battery that you need so that you can get a safe that can block the lasers. And is what's gonna happen?
Foreign objects like that.
Yeah, that first time going through, that happened a lot. So what you need to do is you just need to throw the safe over there so you can get the heavy IDS battery. This puzzle works a hell of a lot better when you get the hint that you can just hold down X to pick things up. You don't need to hit it at a correct time. Because there were so many times where I would like where I thought I would throw it, but I would have accidentally gone to slow motion before I threw it, so it just kind of fell.
Oh,
and you know,
I believe there's a heavy IDS battery across the scaffolding.
And you know, it took me far too long to do this the first time around. But so essentially you just throw it up there. I think we're ending it here, so be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and all that YouTube stuff you know how to do. Check me out on facebook.com/OneMadHatt with 2 T's. Same thing with Twitter, twitter.com/OneMadHatt with 2 T's, and believe that's everything I need to plug.